So in order to fix this, we need to do a number of things. First thing that we need to do is we need to get rid of these wires. Next thing that we need to do is we need to get rid of this pole, then we need to add in this foot, then we need to fix the areas around the face. So let's do that one by one. Whenever I'm using the clone stamp tool, the first thing I do is I create a new layer. So let's increase the size of this clone stamp, the clone stamp brush, and then just go in right here, and I hit Alt, and I'm just kind of moving along and fixing all of these areas down here. So here we go. I'm just going through and I'm quickly fixing all of these areas. Now, there's actually a few more automated ways to do it, and let's actually try them. Next to the clone stamp tool is something called the history brush, but that's actually not what we want right there. What we want to deal with is this. It had been set to red eye, which is what confused me. I wanted to deal with the healing brush, and the healing brush works very similarly to the clone stamp brush, only instead of just fixing it, here, let's decrease this in size. Instead of just fixing it, it also does a couple of calculations in order to try and match the colors. So one thing that you always want to avoid when using the clone stamp tool are moments like this. Notice how, here, let me use the move. Notice how this and this are the same thing. That's never good to have. That's kind of a dead giveaway that you've been using the clone stamp tool or the healing brush. They work very similarly. The way to avoid that is to constantly be sampling from different areas. And when I say sampling, what I mean is hitting Alt and then clicking again, and that's called sampling right there. So you'll notice I'm not being all that specific with this, just because no one's really going to look at the grass. They're going to look at the horsey. That's what people do. Between grass and horse, people are going to look at the grass. However, I see this, and I know that I need to fix it. So generally, I'll make big general changes, and then I'll make slightly smaller changes. So all I'm doing is hitting Alt, and I'm getting rid of all of these different areas. And these are looking pretty good. So I'm going to hit Alt, and I'm going to get rid of all of these areas. Notice right here that that's embarrassing. This, you never want to do this. If there is an edge, and it's an obvious edge, do not put the healing brush across it. I'll show you how to solve that in a bit. But what I'm showing you right here is only good for large blocks of area. Like if I were to do this right here, it wouldn't look great. You can kind of see how there's a flaw right there. I could fix that flaw by maybe, adding in grass right there, and that generally fixes the flaw. So there we go. This is how to do it with brush strokes. I accidentally clicked down here. Just hit Control-Z to undo, or go into your history palette if you need to do multiple undos. And notice that what I am not doing is I am not doing this. That is not good. I am only doing it in areas where it's really simple. Okay, so the thing with that is all of those areas were really simple to fix. The problem, the place that people actually have trouble, is what about areas like this? Well, this area is actually also simple, so I'm just going to click there. I'm going to click there. Notice that I click Alt between every single stroke. I'm doing this rather quickly. Do practice this on your own. I make it look easier than it is because I've been doing it for a while.